Hello, my fellow Tibetians around the globe. It is always nice to share with you many things since you are all aware about this active month. Um, there's been some upgrades um, in our wallets. Um, just a little bit of attention um, in some important areas. So also many of us are preparing for the second year celebration um, around the world. We have seen some slides from PNG, and we have also seen the first live and the second one today uh, in the Philippines. It really shows that we are alive. I don't know about you, whether you are alive or where are you standing currently. Um, Much of the testimonies they are in the YouTube. We have over thousands and thousands of testimonies today. It hasn't been an easy journey for all of us. It has been a challenging journey, actually. And you can ask most of the members that we have commenced together since from 2016, the early stakeholders, and many who have already tasted the waters within this private community. So it it is all about working together with different uh, communities from different barangay communities, and also since we have noticed that around the globe we have different communities from different lands, uh, we are gunning for the same goal with the same machine, of course, but somewhere because of the native languages, we interpret things differently, but meaning the same uh, mission. So I just wanted to hint few things within this community. Uh, what exactly is required? It's just an addition, actually, uh, since we have much of the basics from the TPC admin. And during our journey to this day, we also picked up that some members have violated the definition of our leadership structure, from the admin to the voice, and from the voice to uh, Randy's metrics, from Randy's metrics to their metrics, all the way down to the rest of the community. So sometimes we will say uh, it's a matter of lacking understanding, and sometimes we will also say uh, some attacks were deliberate. So it's a two-way road situation that we have to look at these things. So it's been now over 2 years um, from all those who were partaking in other programs, and some they came and go. They left people with no penny, frustrated. Um, Many who were with me in other programs around the globe, they will understand what I'm saying exactly. For this past 2 years, and people they've been really stranded, and only few, not even 3%, less than 3% managed to get some few bucks there and there, But as we were moving on, and TBC was born in 2016, that was March, and many, of course, came on board. Others, they were still skeptical, and as now we are beginning to prepare for migration and other things that are about to happen in this private community, now a certain percentage of uh, people are beginning now to come on board, because they notice that out of all the programs that I've already mentioned, this community has really sustained with a membership of nearly over 3 million. Um, this is something else, and we we went through some struggles, and at the same time, most of us made a fortune. Uh, we have billionaires, we have millionaires. That's where most of us started, and people made money after TBC was launched in 2016, and they still do currently. But the only way to know how is to, um, I'll use the word, is to rub shoulders with those who have already made a difference in their lives. We've seen much of the testimonies December last year, and most members now, they have access to their send buttons, and though they still need more education on how to make use of that send button. So now, yes, many people, they've lost big time, yeah, and it wasn't a good thing, but people need a solution now, not yesterday or tomorrow. It's something that has to be in place now. But of course, in order for that thing to be in place, it requires our engagement and focus. Exactly what do we need? Yeah. So I've already mentioned that TBC came as a solution after people went through some pains about the other programs, and they even lost interest. And sometimes you come across members uh, who are asking, "Is this a scam? When are we cashing out?" Things like that. Uh, that's human nature. We understand, but we have to teach communities that exactly what is TBC and why are we involved with TBC, and currently what is happening and what is the future of TBC. That is the only way to help the communities. Yeah. So the billion coin really saved many out of that pain, and as we speak, I've heard quite a number of testimonies around from different communities that they didn't know much about certain things, the elites, and how the cabals operates, and it is only TBC that has made things different, and it is TBC that has opened their eyes to understand exactly who is the opposition. So that was a very interesting testimony. I went through that video and some articles about it. It is very good testimony. So we now heading for our second year, like I've already explained, with good testimonies, of course. In other lands, people manage to purchase land, properties, cars. We saw in Cameroon and some in Nigeria. In South Africa, we don't have much of the testimonies. It's it's less than the two countries that I've already mentioned. In the Philippines, of course, that's where the TBC was launched first for the first time. So we have abundance of testimonies. Um, Last year, in our first year anniversary, the car dealers donated two brand new cars, and another company donated, if I remember very well, 10 brand new laptops and other things. Um, they've actually set up a good example for all of us around the globe that things are possible. Nothing is impossible in this life. So um, now I've mentioned about the violation of uh, the definition of the leadership, or those who have violated the definition of our leadership structure. So um, we are still standing, and we're moving on. This mission is going to be fulfilled in no time. So leaders that we are talking about here are leaders that considers people next to them, from the left hand side and also on the right hand side. And then before they move forward, they consider those two. And then after that, and meaning they consider the communities before themselves. And then they don't consider numbers before the communities. They consider communities before the numbers. These are the type of leaders you're talking about. Uh, in this loving community of TBC, we have all sorts of people, and we do not underrate anyone. We have intellects, we have uh, all sorts, people with achievements from formal school, technical school, high school, uh, universities, and all those kind of people are in this community. So, but the education in the billion coin, it's completely different. You need to reside, not okay, how can I put it? Okay, you need to update yourself with it every day, visit education, get updates, and make sure that whatever you learn, it becomes you. It must be within you. Okay, don't program anything, because you will tend to forget certain important things. So now this is what this is what a leader must do to help others in their communities and create more leaders, not followers, or they don't enslave others for their own interest or benefits, but they empower others in order to share the burden. Because the more we grow in TBC, the more we have much burden, meaning the burden of what? Of growth. Then we need to have more leaders to share that responsibility. Just like many other world organizations, they had leadership. In order for an organization or movement to survive, there has to be a solid, good leadership, not leadership by crisis, but it must be leadership by objective, you know. So we look at those things, and then we always strive to insert the understanding of the abundance and prosperity in everyone's mind or temple, and also make them understand the difference between abundance and prosperity. Abundance and scarcity. So what is scarcity exactly? Because the one that we are talking about is artificial scarcity. So they lead us, as you have seen, around the globe. The voice of TBC's metrics. They are really putting much effort to get things done under the guidance of admin through the voice, of course. And they sacrifice their times, and we really appreciate that and we respect that. So that is why at the end of the day, we don't have to violate the definition of TBC leadership. Now, we will see this mission being fulfilled in no time. And so the question now is, after the whole explanation that I've shared with you, after the pains and etc., isn't this the type of movement that we're looking for after all that has happened in our lives, the pains that we've gone through? I think that question, every one of you can actually answer that. And ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, all TBCians around the globe, I'm looking forward to see you in our celebrations around the globe from different lands. And there's much to share. And don't forget to partner with trusted sellers and go through the whole program and the system in order for you to share this abundance. There is a lot, quite a lot. You can only see that as soon as you start working close with the reliable and the trusted members in this community. This is the TBC president from South Africa, Lawrence Pitana Maluleke, and thank you.